So I thought I'd shoot a video regarding this question here that Crypto Dave's got. And he has a question about this token and this one here. And he says, does anybody know if this is actually got a case behind these coins that establishes their value, or are they just a couple of meme coins? Now, obviously, what I'm about to show you is not financial advice. So what I'm going to do in this video is to show you how to do a little bit of due diligence so you can make your mind up whether you want to trade these particular tokens. So I'm going to get this token first, and I'm going to go over to Johnny blockchain, and from the dashboard I'm going to the trends screen. Now I know that these particular token, this first one I've chose, is on the base network, so I'm going to go over to this tab here, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to search for it, and there it is there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this icon here, and which will open this token up on the blockchain. As you can see, there it is there. So I'm going to click on that again, and I'm going to get the contract address. I want to make sure that I've got the same contract address that I've got inside Johnny blockchain. So I've copied that, and if I do that, it's highlighted if I search for it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm coming back to Johnny blockchain, and I'm going to open the chart. Now this opens up DexScreener. Now the first thing I'm going to be looking for is on the side is the liquidity, and I can see with this trading pair here, which is this TOSHI token with wrapped Ethereum, it's got 238 of liquidity, and I can also see that in the last 24 hours, you know what it's been trading. It's traded $700,000 in volume in the last 24 hours. And if I change that to 6 hours or 1 hour, I can see, you know, in the last hour, it's traded $31,000. So there's a lot of movement there. Now, you can look at the chart, but that's not what we're doing. We're doing some due diligence whether this coin is worth trading or not. So the first thing I would look for is the liquidity. Now, I want that liquidity to be as high as possible. And this liquidity can go up and down at any time. Now, the downside to this, it's not got locked liquidity. So that means that this liquidity could be removed quite easily. So that means that there is a potential for a rug pull there. Now, if we come down the screen a little bit further, we've got these stats here. Okay, it says, look, tick box there, no issues. Tick box there, no issues there. And then it's got the token sniffer. It says it's got 70 out of 100. Obviously, 100 is perfect, is what you want. But 70 is obviously, I feel, is quite good. And then if you're looking at honeypot, there's no issues with that as well. And if you click on these down arrows, you can see what it says here. So it says it's open source, so that means everybody can see the code. It's also been checked for honeypot, which means that it doesn't believe that it's going to be a rug pull and it's not loading up somebody's bag. And now what we can do is we can go and look at some things here. We've got the website for this particular token. And again, this is just a meme coin. Has it got any backing? Well, you could read the tokenomics, and normally they have a white paper as well, and you can go and read that. But this is obviously a meme coin. I can see clearly that it's a meme coin. Has it got anything that's backing it? I don't know, you know. So really what drives a token like this is a community. So what we want to look is how big's the community. So if we go over to their X account, they've got 1,664 followers, not a lot of followers. So the community is not that big on X, but let's go back and have a look at their Telegram. You can see that their Telegram has got 907 members. So this token, for me, if I was going to trade this token, is in the very, very high risk. This could, you know, collapse at any time because it hasn't got a massive following. Now, before we look at the next token, we're going to come up to the top again. I'm just going to copy the contract, and I'm going to look at other liquidity pools. So I'm going to put in this search bar and pop in the contract. Now, here's the liquidity pools. So over on Uniswap, there's 3.8 million. So that looks much better, doesn't it? There's that on Uniswap. I can also see here on Aerodrome, which is where Johnny Blockchain's robot trades, there is liquidity of 332,000. Coming down a little bit further, you can see, let's see if there's another Aerodrome here with 33,000 in. PancakeSwap has got liquidity on. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of liquidity. Some of them are very low, but there's liquidity on lots of exchanges. You shouldn't be left with this token stuck in your wallet, because if Aerodrome's liquidity gets drained, you can take the token because you've already got it inside your MetaMask wallet, and you can swap it up on Uniswap. So you would have to decide whether you want to trade this token. But like I said earlier, this is not financial advice, but I do see this token as very high risk. So let's have a look at the next token he's got, and he's got this virtual one here. So I copy that, come back over to Johnny Blockchain, and I can see that that's at the top. I'm going to go over to the contract on the blockchain. Here it is here. Click on that again, copy the contract. So checking that I've got the correct contract, I have. On Johnny Blockchain, I'm going to this time click on the chart. Now this is going to take you over to DexScreener again. Now we don't trade on DexScreener. We're just showing you a chart, and DexScreener is just picking up the liquidity pools that are out there for this particular token. So again, with this one, we can see that it's trading with wrapped Ethereum, and the liquidity is much better on this token. It's got 2.7 million. Again, it's not locked, but let's go down and look down here. Now, this one, it says it's got a few issues, okay? So this has got more issues than the last one we just looked at, but it's got more liquidity. So let's have a look what the issues are. So it says it's owners renounced. Well, that doesn't matter. We don't know who the owner is. Owners hidden, which doesn't matter. Mintable, yes. So that means that more tokens can be produced. Now, that's not a bad thing, because Bitcoin's got more tokens that it can produce, and so has most of other tokens, meaning that every time a transaction's done, more tokens are put into the system. They're not taken away. Cake is another token that's more tokens are put in. They're not burned. They're not removed from the blockchain, which some people would see mintable tokens as a bad thing. I don't see that as a bad thing, but it does mean that the supply of tokens is going to go up. I don't know if that's a cap supply or it's just going to be infinite. Next thing, owner can change the balance. That means the owner can add new tokens to the balance, or he or she can remove tokens from the balance, which they could burn them, couldn't they? They could say, oh, we're going to burn loads of tokens. So some people may see that as an issue. Again, I don't see that as an issue, because tokens, I'm not worried if tokens can be added to or removed. Well, we already know they can be added to because it's mintable. And then coming down a little bit further, all the other things are in green. So no buy tax and sell tax and so on. Now, what you can do is if you want to check out any of these others, so this one here, it's got one issue. It says hidden owner. I'm not worried whether the owner is on show or not. Some people like to say, oh, I like to know who the owner is. But we don't know who the owner is of Bitcoin, do we? So it doesn't mean to say that because the person that created it, you don't know their identity. Me personally, it doesn't bother me for that. What I'm interested in is liquidity. That's what I want to see. And is the liquidity locked? And what's happening with the transactions? Well, I can see in the last 24 hours, there's been $8.3 million worth of trading gone on in the last 24 hours. So there's lots of people interested in this because there's lots of money trading it. And you can see through the order book here of what people are trading. So the next thing I want to look at is the website. Now, again, I'm not going to go into whether this token is a good or a bad token. But what I do like about this is that it's got staking on there. So they're putting some reason why people want to hold this token. They could stake it and earn an interest from it. Now, the next thing I want to do is look at the Twitter account. So this particular token has got 239,000 followers, which is a lot more than the previous token we just looked at. So that's nice. And so let's have a look at their Telegram. So click on their Telegram. And I can see now that they've got just over 27,000 people in their Telegram group. So again, got a nice following. So this token for me is more desirable to trade because there's a lot of people behind it, And if I got the contract address again, if I copy that up here and I put it in the search bar, I can have a look what other liquidity pools are out there. So I can see that there's $8 million worth of liquidity there, another 2.5 million. So what you've got, $11 million worth of liquidity there, another 100K there. And then down here, look, 11.1 million liquidity there on Aerodrome. That's where Johnny Blockchain's trading. Another 2.7 million. This one's got lots of liquidity in these liquidity pools on these exchanges. And a lot of that liquidity, Johnny, blockchain can trade with. So out of the two tokens, if I was choosing and I didn't know nothing about these tokens and I said, well, I've got to choose one or the other, I would choose this second one because it's got more liquidity. But again, this is not financial advice and you should always do your own due diligence. Johnny Blockchain just gives you the tools to trade a token. We're not saying whether it's a rug pull or it's not a rug pull. We're not saying what backs the coin or anything like that. That's for you to do your own due diligence. If you want to play safer, then trade with tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokens that you know have been around for a long time. But like with every trading, whether it be cryptocurrency or Forex, it's high risk. You should only trade with funds that you can afford to live without, because you can lose all your money. So hopefully that gives this person, Crypto Dave here, an idea about these two tokens.
Create your own trading robot. Below this video, you're going to find a link. It's going to take you over to Johnny Blockchain. You've got decentralized trading or centralized trading. Your funds stay inside your wallets all the time. So if you're using the decentralized, your funds stay inside your Metamask. If you're using the centralized on Binance, then your funds stay inside your Binance account. You don't have to send your funds to this platform to do the trading for you. You can create a free account by clicking on sign up or register. It's going to bring you here. Pop your name, your email address, password, put some ticks in these boxes. Click on this box here to say complete my sign up. You can have a look round, and when you're ready to get started, if you want to set up a decentralized trading robot, it's going to cost you $25 a year to set up as many trading robots as you like. If you want to set up a centralized trading robot with Binance, it's going to cost you another $25 a year, and you can set up as many robots as you like. So if you want to set up both decentralized and centralized trading robots, it's just $50 a year for as many trading robots as you like. Click the link below, come and create your free account, and happy trading.